What's up guys, TKF as it says right up here. Whoa, TKS videos, pretty cool. Alright, so I think we got a battle here against Krusik. So yeah, it's a really good match. Let's go ahead and have a look. As you can see, he's running a Groudon and a Lugia. And yeah, this is a bit of a new team for me, so let's go ahead and have a look. So I start off with my new lead, which is a CLAYDOL. And I don't think it gets its justice because it is facing a Groudon, so that does pretty much suck for me because this is a really great lead. So I decided to just get my rocks up. I'm thinking about switching that, I'm not sure. This goes for Ancient Power and it doesn't do anything, and I go for the EQ. And yeah, its attack is pretty poor because it is specially based and defensively based, so yeah, it is going to put up a good fight against most things. I went for the Shadow Ball because I think Groudon, I don't think actually, I know that Groudon is much more defensive and has much more attack than he does special attack and special defense. So I decided to go into my Sharpedo here, which is like a really cool little sweeper of mine, but it can't take any hits, so I've decided to take it off the team as from now. So I switch into ZAPDOS and he subs up, and I know the Sword Dance is obviously coming now. Yeah, which it does, and I don't think he's predicting this, but I actually carry Heat Wave on my ZAPDOS, so that is definitely going to knock out his sub. I know whatever move it uses, it can't kill me, so I'm just going to stay in and go for the Heat Wave. And yeah, that should definitely take out the Scissor, especially after the sub. Even though I am carrying poor attack and special attack, it's still super bulky in defenses, and it's still going to do a bit. So he sends out his own ZAPDOS, and I'm thinking, oh crap. So he goes for agility, and I knew his would be faster than mine anyway, because mine's got no EVs or anything. But yeah, Thunderbolt is stab, and it is neutral damage, so I knew it would do quite a lot. So it goes for Ancient Power, which is super effective. It doesn't really do too much. So I'm just going to T-Bolt, and that crit didn't matter, but that is going to take out PK Thunder. So now he goes into a RHYPERIOR, which is a really good switch, and yeah, he carries Ice Beam. I was like, what? But I live it, and I managed to roar it out, but I roar it into Groudon, which does suck. But there's nothing much I can really do there. So I decided to roost out because I know that I'm faster, and just to see what he goes for. And he goes for the Eruption, and I can't remember how much it does. Yeah, it doesn't really do that much damage to my ZAPDOS, which is pretty cool because it is super bulky. So he goes into his Miss Magius now, and yeah, I predict the switch, so I go into the T-Bolt. And it's going to do a fair amount of damage considering I got no EVs. It's going to be okay. So he goes for the Hypnosis and misses, thank God, because that could have been a problem. So I managed to T-Bolt, and Stab is going to take it out, which is cool. So now he goes into RHYPERIOR, and I really don't know what to do, so I just go for the Heat Wave just to see if I can do any damage, and it does quite a bit. But he does carry Stone Edge, which sucks, and yeah, he gets a crit, and that did matter because my ZAPDOS can live a Stone Edge with 100 HP left. So I decided to go into my Sweeper and go for the Aqua Jet, and it does like nothing. And sure enough, this will probably take out my Sharpedo. Oh, okay, it lives because it's not stab. But it still does a huge amount of damage because it's not bulky at all. So I go for the EQ, so I just want to see if I can actually do anything to this. And I am 340 attack, so I thought it'd do more than that, but of course RHYPERIOR has stupidly high defenses. So yeah, good move on staying in there. So I decided to send in my T-Tar as a counter. And I know I'm faster, so I go for the EQ, hoping it'll kill. And it does, which is awesome. So T-Tar is on my team for a reason after all. So now I get into Groudon, and I know there's not really much that my T-Tar can do against this. And it rests, which is kind of good. Maybe. So I go for the EQ. I don't know why I keep thinking it's super effective. It's really bad for me. And now it goes into Lugia. Yeah, so I switch out and go into MILTANK because I know this thing is going to completely wall his Lugia. So he goes for the Surf, and it does literally nothing. So yeah, I managed to get the T-Wave up on him, and that's going to help because now I can Milk Drink before he can attack me. So he goes into a Sleeping Groudon, and I go for a Seismic Toss. So that is going to do, well, 100 damage, obviously. No more, no less. So I go for another Seismic Toss, and yeah, he's still asleep. And because he's brought that in, that does counter my Sandstorm, which sucks. So yeah, but it doesn't bother me because now it means I actually get my lefties back instead of having to just recover the Sandstorm. So that's cool. So I Seismic Toss this, and he goes for a Calm Mind. And this is the most stally battle in the history of all Pokemon, I swear. So I go for S-Toss, and yeah, it carries Recover. So he's going to recover. This is running at 300%, and I don't think that I'm going to be able to get this in. So yeah, I go for another S-Toss and he's paralyzed. And yeah, I decided to switch out just to get some damage on it. I know he's going to recover, so I know a safe switch into AMBIPOM will be fine. So obviously everybody knows what move is coming next. I go for my signature fake out, which doesn't do a lot because LUGIA is bulky in defense and special defense. So I go for the knockoff just because I want to get off his leftovers. And it keeps calm minding up, which is fine. So I go for the Shadow Claw, and yeah, it's super effective, and it's a normal move, attacking move, not special attack, so that'll do a huge damage, but it knocks me out with a Psychic. So I switch into T-TAR and make him learn the hard way that Psychic does not affect me, which is pretty harsh. But yeah, T-Bolt is not stab, poor special attack, and like 2 or 3 calm minds obviously won't do anything. So I decided to go for the Fire Punch. He's going to surf, and after 2 calm minds, it's only going to do that. So that's pretty cool. I know my T-TAR can live another, so I'm just going to keep going for the Fire Punch, and I know he's going to keep using Recover. But it doesn't really matter too much, because I mean, eventually he's going to run out of recovers. I'm still going to have like pokes with hits, so it's fine. And I mean, every now and again he is going to get the power hacks, and I know that's going to happen, so I'm not really too bothered about, you know, stalling out and stuff, because I mean, there's the first power hex. If you're going to stall, I mean, the chances are things aren't going to go in your favor sooner or later. So he's going to recover, and yeah, this is really just putting off the inevitable now, because yeah, I'm just getting my lefties back, fire punching, which is still doing an okay amount of damage, but I'm just trying to use my T-TAR until I have to switch, really, which will be pretty soon, because don't forget this Lugia is carrying pressure, and that was a cool turn for me because I get a crit and the power hex, which is really good. But I mean, he's going to go for the recover now, it's obvious, and he does. I was just trying to, you know, hope for some power hacks, see if we can get this thing done, but it's not looking very likely. So I go for another Fire Punch, and he goes for a Psychic and has to learn the hard way. It doesn't affect TYRANITAR, which is really cool. So yeah, he gets power hexed again, takes sandstorm damage. I know I'm faster, I Fire Punch, and it recovers. And yeah, there's a bit of a pattern going on here, as you might have seen. So I'm just going to Fire Punch again, and my Fire Punch is really taking a beating at the moment because of the pressure. Oh, it does suck. But I am running PP max on my Fire Punch, so it's okay. I can go through quite well. So I decided to go for the Thunderbolt because at this time I'm thinking Thunderbolt has a has a higher crit hit ratio than Fire Punch. I'm not actually sure if that's true, but just in my previous experience, I found that Thunderbolt crits more than Fire Punch. Anyway, so it's cool because I switch in with the MILTANK and get the power hex, which is awesome because I get safe switching. And he goes for another Calm Mind, and I really don't see why he did that, because I'm using Seismic Toss, which is going to do 100 damage. So yeah, he gets down to like 12 HP, I think he said, and recovers. But I've got Sandstorm on my side. I've knocked off his lefties. I'm S-tossing. He's power hexed. I mean, sooner or later, yeah, there it is. He gets the power hex, takes the sandstorm damage, and I Seismic Toss for the win. So great battle, dude. That was probably the longest battle I've ever had. Yeah, good game. So I have to go to college now. It's 1 o'clock. This is my latest time I've ever gone into college. Yeah, I have to leave now. So, Krusik, if you want to leave a comment on the video, and yeah, I will update the description with your channel, because I really don't have time to put a description in at the moment. I really gotta go. But great battle, dude. That was a great stall war. Yeah, look forward to our next battle.